Hi, I'm Alexis,
Hi, I'm Caroline.
and these are some commonly asked animal nutrition questions. Why can't dogs have chocolate?
Chocolate contains theobromine and caffeine, which are both toxic to dogs. Normal chocolate that you would normally get for Halloween or Easter isn't actually super toxic for your dog because of the amount of theobromine is so small. Normal milk chocolate is only 0.153% theobromine. So if you're a 25-pound dog, it would take 1.4 pounds of pure milk chocolate to actually harm your dog. White chocolate is actually not bad for your dog because it's made with a minimal to no theobromine. So it's normally safe to feed to your dog, but on the safe side, I would avoid it. Is raw eggs good to feed my dog in their diet?
No. Most people believe raw eggs help improve the quality of their dog's hair, but it actually does more harm than good. Raw egg has inhibitory substances that alter how well your dog is able to digest certain nutrients. Raw egg includes avidin, which binds to the biotin in the dog's intestines and makes it so the biotin cannot be absorbed, causing the dogs to develop scaly skin rash, elevated cholesterol, and defects in nerve transmission. Raw eggs also contain trypsin inhibitors, which make protein digestion hard for dogs and can cause runny stool and weight loss due to not being able to digest protein. If you must feed your dog eggs, at least cook them, but it is still suggested to only give your dog 1 to 2 cooked eggs a week for a medium or large dog. What does the AAFCO statement mean on my pet food bags?
AAFCO stands for Association of American Feed Control Officials and is the most instrumental agency in making sure that the food you feed your dog or cat meets their nutritional requirement for their life stage stated on the bag. Any bag of pet food that is sold across state lines is required an AAFCO statement. Finding a major brand dog food that does not have an AAFCO statement is very rare. AAFCO gives guidelines to which on each animal's life stage requirements nutritionally to ensure that they need nothing else supplements in their diet. Most treat bags don't include an AAFCO statement because they are not meant to be nutritionally complete, as they are just for training normally. Is grain-free feeding good for pets?
The grain-free diets have become a marketing tactic since human trends in their diets have started calling for grain-free diets. People think it would also be good for their dogs as well. Grain-free diets are not always recommended for your dogs because they can lead to dilated cardiomyopathy, or DCM. DCM usually only affects larger breeds, but we have started seeing more since grain-free diets have become popular. The cause of this is that most grain-free diets replace the grain in the diet with peas and lentils, which causes multiple nutrient imbalances, such as taurine metabolism issues. Why do dogs like cat food?
Cat food requires a higher protein and fat content in their food because they are obligated carnivores. Proteins and fat are two things that make food more palatable to both dogs and cats. It is not safe to let your dog eat it all the time because the higher protein and fat content may cause digestive upset and weight gain. Is raw feeding safe for my pets?
Most people feed raw diets because they believe it is closer to the ancestry's diets as carnivores. Homemade raw diets normally have numerous nutrient deficiencies and excesses when compared to the AAFCO nutrient profiles. Commercial raw diets also have multiple nutrient imbalances. The safest way to feed your dog a raw diet is to buy a commercial diet that has an AAFCO statement to make sure it has enough nutrients for your pet. If you must make your own raw diet for your dog, make sure it follows AAFCO nutrient profiles and consider lightly searing the meat, which will significantly reduce bacterial contamination since most of it lives on the surface of raw meat. Feeding an all-raw diet can also be dangerous because of microbial contamination with raw meats, which can be dangerous for both your animal and you. Personally, I think the risk of feeding a raw diet is too high, while cooked diets are so much safer for both your pet and you. Does my pet need vitamins or supplements?
For a healthy dog who is eating a pet food with the AAFCO statement, they do not need any other vitamins or supplements because it is all in their food. As stated on the AAFCO statement, the only time you should give extra vitamins or supplements is when your veterinarian says to do so. Because feeding too many vitamins or supplements can become dangerous and harmful to your dog in multiple different ways, depending on the vitamin or supplement. My dog won't eat his food. What can I do to make him want to eat it?
Buy a more palatable food. Palatability is the acceptability of the food by the animal. The more palatable the food is, the more the dog will want to eat it and eat more of it. Palatability is affected by fat and protein content in a food. The more fat and or protein, the more likely your dog will want to eat it. When dry dog food is made, it is normally coated in a layer of fat, which helps with palatability. This is why you need to keep your dog food in a sealed container, because the fat on the dog food can dry out and react with the oxygen, making the food less palatable than when it was fresh. Are byproducts good in my dog's food?
What most people see as byproducts in their pet food is just more source of protein, shown as various bone meals, meat meals, or any part of an animal that a human normally does not eat. Byproducts don't contain the fibrous parts of animals such as feathers, horns, or teeth. These ingredients in your dog's food aren't automatically bad. They just affect digestibility normally, because bones are harder to digest than pure meat. Having byproducts helps give your animal enough vitamins and minerals. If the no byproducts pet foods have an AAFCO statement, it will have enough vitamins and minerals just from other ingredients added. How do I switch my dog to a new food safely?
Switching your dog from one food to another needs to be done slowly in order to not upset your dog's stomach. Changing to a new dog food should take 5 to 7 days. On your first day of feeding, your dog's bowl should consist of 25% new food and 75% old food. On day 3, the two foods should be in a 50-50 ratio. And day 5, you should be at 75% new food and 25% old food. By day 7, you should be fully on the new food. There can be many different reasons to change your dog's food, but just make sure to do it safely in order to not upset your dog's stomach. Thank you for watching. I'm Alexis.
I'm Caroline.
And these were some commonly asked animal nutrition questions.